Welcome to Nasdaq TradeTalks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for this segment, we have Justin Norwood, Vice President of Data and AI at nCino, to discuss what it will take for companies to successfully adapt to the changing landscape in banking practices as it relates to data analytics, advanced algorithms, and AI. Justin, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thanks for having me, Jill.
You got it. How are data analytics and advanced algorithms reshaping traditional banking practices?
So, Jill, there's no question about it. We're having a breakthrough moment here in AI right now, as evidenced by OpenAI and ChatGPT. At the same time, the banking industry is highly regulated. And so I think there's sort of a balance here that has to be struck between some of the logical efficiency gains that we expect to see in the front, middle, and back office of financial institutions, but also in a way that's explainable. And that's really a key point for our industry, is being able to explain the decisions. One example of how nCino's customers are using our single cloud-based platform to create efficiencies is actually in the back office. So for the credit analysts, they're using a combination of machine learning and OCR technology to automate the process of what's known as financial spreading, reading numbers, analyzing, and determining the credit worthiness of a customer. And we're seeing them get 90% efficiency gains by using this technology.
How should organizations be thinking about the ethical landscape of AI?
Yeah, great question. So I think there's really two aspects to ethical AI as it relates to financial services. The first is that explainability I mentioned before. And so in the US here, our regulatory agency of note is the CFPB. And the director there has been very clear that every decision that affects credit needs to be explainable. And I think the unsung hero here that's going to emerge in the AI space is something, it's a technical term known as Shapley charts. And I think that's the way that we get to explainability in the industry. The other thing that's really important, in addition to explainability, is fairness. And we want to make sure that we are not only increasing access to credit, but we're doing it in a fair and compliant way. And so I think there's an aspect here of not only explaining the decision, but making sure that it didn't have a disparate impact or disparate rates. And so those two things go hand in hand in ethical AI.
What will it take for companies to successfully adapt to the changing landscape?
Yeah, two key things again here. I think there's a cultural shift that needs to happen. I think a lot of companies and certainly financial institutions as well still run their business based off of intuition. And so I think there's a cultural shift to data-driven decisions and just truly using data as a strategic asset and valuing it as such. And then I think the other thing is that in our industry, there's going to be a collective raising of the artificial intelligence IQ, the AI IQ. And I think we already see the industry shifting in that direction. There's been some, much publicized focus on the hiring in AI and in the financial services industry, where 40% of the open job postings right now are related to AI. And so I think we're going to continue to see financial institutions to invest in talent, as well as do that cultural shift.
And finally, Justin, what does the future of intelligent banking look like?
Yeah, great question. I think ultimately where this is headed is increased customer centricity and achieving that through increased efficiency. And so just being very plain here, I think most individuals, whether you're the CFO at a large corporate, or if you are just a person trying to get a car loan, you really want to be known by your financial institution. And I think for a lot of reasons, that's been a challenging hurdle for financial institutions who have a lot of data at their fingertips, but only so much human capital and scale to really do that. I think AI is going to be a major, and the AI breakthroughs that we're seeing right now is going to be a major breakthrough in terms of the efficiency that drives that customer centricity. And then I think from the bank's point of view, there's going to be an increased ability to connect strategy to execution in real time. And so using this automation, you're going to be able to set your targets and really look at how am I sort of tracking against those. And I think this applies to banking. I think it applies to all industries, but being able to connect those two, strategy to execution, in real time.
All right, Justin, we appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thanks, Jill.